Tonight on the South Today, one person is dead and another is seriously injured following a crash in Waikouaiti. A Wanaka builder celebrates completing his toughest project, climbing Corner Peak 53 times in as many days. And Invercargill creatives get ready to open a new shared art space in the southern city. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. One person is dead and another was seriously injured following two crashes near Dunedin.
It's believed speed and alcohol were a factor in causing this car to crash onto a bank and into a tree last night in Waikouaiti at the intersection of State Highway 1 and Thomas Street. Police confirm one person died at the scene, with another taken to hospital for serious injuries. The surviving 29-year-old man is under police guard after trying to leave Dunedin Hospital. Traffic was reduced to one lane this morning as the serious crash unit investigated the incident. And in a separate incident this morning, a crash involving a traffic management truck on Dunedin Southern Motorway caused the vehicle to lose its load. The truck crash happened around 7:30 this morning between Lookout Point and the Green Island off-ramp. No other vehicles were involved in the accident and there were no reports of injuries. However, traffic was diverted while the scene was cleared up. In Dunedin, the South Today.
The Dunedin City Council is struggling to force an absentee owner to clean up the ruined Glamis Hospital site, according to emails released under the Official Information Act. Suspicious fires, squatters and rat-infested rubbish have created hazards at the site of the abandoned rest home located just off Queen's Drive in Dunedin. The City Council's been in dispute with the foreign owners for the property for 5 years over safety issues including dangerous cladding, leaking water mains and unsanitary conditions. Local residents say urgent action is required as the site is an eyesore and a safety disaster waiting to happen. The DCC says the site has been inspected recently and insists it only poses a risk to trespassers. A Wanaka man is feeling the love and support from his community after 53 consecutive days hiking up Corner Peak near Hawea. Builder Glenn Thurston started out on his journey last month in an effort to raise awareness for the mental health struggle within the trade industries.
Celebrations between Glenn Thurston and his group of hikers after reaching the top of Corner Peak for the final time. Thurston's hiked the 17-kilometre Lake Hawea trail for 53 consecutive days, reflecting the number of annual suicides in the construction industry. The Wanaka builder started the campaign on the 1st of December to raise awareness of mental health struggles with tradies. The movement gained strong support, with well over 300 people joining him over the 53 days.
Yeah, I think I'll have to sleep on it for a night to really digest it all, but yeah, it's been pretty overwhelming, the support. Like Kurt said, the community's certainly jumped on board and it's definitely had a huge impact locally.
After dealing with depression himself, Thurston realised there wasn't enough support for men in the trade industry. He wants the campaign to be a conversation starter to help eradicate the stigma behind mental health issues.
You know, there's a lot of good people doing great things and, you know, they're up here dealing with with people and businesses, but my approach was to try and get from the bottom up and get onto the ground floor where it's happening, where people are struggling.
35 supporters reached the summit on the final day of the hike with the Turn the Corner founder. The team planned to hold an event next weekend in Lake Hawea to celebrate the achievement. In Wanaka, the South Today.
The Northern Southland Community Shares competition was held recently, with at least one sharer setting her sights on competing internationally.
Sharing their way through the competition and all fighting for the #1 spot. The 41st Northern Southland Community Shares competition was recently held near Lumsden, with Mataura-based wool handler Maiden Ellers picking up second place in the senior event. Now the 29-year-old has her sights set on competing overseas, with the goal of heading to the World Shearing Championship later this year. Ellers previously represented the Cook Islands at the World Champs in 2017, but had to miss the event 2 years later after falling pregnant. Entries for the Lumsden events were double that of last year, thanks to the return of North Island and international competitors.
It's gone off really well. The entries have been quite good. and I think everybody's enjoying their day and doing well with their shearing and their wool handling.
The wool handling section was held in the morning, with the shearing sections held in the afternoon. Mataura shearer Brett Roberts won the shearing finals, while Amber Pohippy was happy to claim her first wool handling open title. In Lumsden, the South Today.
A new shared community space for Invercargill's creative minds is set to open this week. Arts Murihiku have created the new hub in an effort to grow their artistic community, giving locals a place to express their creativity.
Greeted with a smile as Invercargill's new art hub prepares to open. This is Whare Tapu, the restroom community art space, a project by Arts Murihiku, designed to be a creative area for local artists to hang out and share their work. Chairperson Rebecca Amenson says the space will be big enough to hold anything from small performances through to art exhibitions.
I just think it's important that the arts community have a place where they can come together, where they can meet, where they can hold events and activities on a regular basis.
The space was due to open around April last year, but issues with renovations caused a delay. Amenson says the art hub's a place for people to not only grow their skills, but also connect with others.
When you come together, you have the opportunity to share ideas, to bounce things off each other, to get inspired and excited about things, and that's what we're hoping that this place will provide.
The project received $400,000 of funding from the Ministry for Culture and Heritage, ensuring the venue can hire permanent staff and enhancing the opportunities for its use. Whare Tapu will be officially opened on Thursday afternoon. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Yakane, still to come on the South Today. An historic trail ride and run has Southlanders puffing their way to the finish line, and a self-described guru leads people on a silent disco tour at the World Buskers Festival in Christchurch.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Just when you thought it was safe to get back on the sofa, my mate John's having a price frenzy! He's taken 19% off sectional lounge, 31% off coffee tables and buffets, 42% off selected clearance items and much, much more! Plus pay it off over 24 months interest-free! My mate John's price frenzy!
Where did you get that furniture from? Stafford Street and my mate John.
Hi, we're H Concern Otago.
H Concern Otago hosts a multitude of social activities, including interwalks.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. The Glenham Trainwreck Trail Ride was held over the weekend, where people of all ages put on their running shoes or bike helmets to compete. The event is run as a fundraiser for the community, also showing off the history and views Glenham has to offer.
A last push for the finish line after exhausting themselves around the trail. The 12th Glenham Trainwreck Trail Ride was held on Saturday, set up as a fundraiser for the Glenham Hall. The event caters for all different skill levels, with distances ranging from 10 to 43 kilometres, and entrants have the option of racing the trail on foot or on a bike. The long distance races all have different starting points, but they all make their way through the town's historic railway tunnel, hence the name Trainwreck.
Obviously the reference to the tunnel, and then you're a bit of a wreck at the end when you've gone through the motions of the process, because it's fairly hilly country here, so it's quite hard work.
There are around 280 entries this year, with competitors of all ages joining in the race. Smith says the trail ride is very community orientated. In the lead up to the races, locals had worked with the organisers to help set up the event.
It's all for the community to come along and get involved, and some of them do little bits and some of them do a lot of work in it.
After the racers cross the finish line and receive their medals, they are treated to a barbecue and a chance to win some prizes in Glenham, the South today.
A new interactive act has been added to this year's Bread and Circus World Buskers Festival in Christchurch. Guru Dudu's silent walking tour dances to its own beat and is proving a hit among the crowds.
Perfect timing. Here we go.
More than 30 people dancing their way through the streets of Christchurch as bemused crowds of punters relaxing along the Oxford Strip watch on. The participants in Guru Dudu's silent walking tour groove along to a soundtrack in their headphones, playing a mix of popular disco and funk only they can hear.
That was incredible.
Really enjoyed it.
So fun. You just feel like almost invisible, but in front of everyone.
It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah, super fun.
It was really good. Really fun.
This new act for the Bread and Circus World Buskers Festival is proving popular, with sellout crowds for each session.
I think it reminds people that we're never too old to play, and how important play is in building community, and that we can all get along, you know, if we all just respect each other and have a bit of a laugh and a dance with each other.
The event's attracting a wide range of participants, all keen to dance in their own styles.
They love the old classics, like YMCA goes off, you know, ABBA, the Bee Gees, they all go incredibly well. I love doing sing-alongs.
For the end of a work day, it was just the pick-me-up I think we all needed.
Yes,
yeah, it was great.
But with Guru Dudu's not-so-silent walking tour rapidly becoming a festival hit, joining in the walking dance tour could be a bit of a challenge. In Christchurch, the South today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. Speed and alcohol are believed to have contributed to a crash which killed one person in Waikouaiti last night. Wanaka builder Glenn Thurston has climbed Corner Peak 53 times in as many days, raising awareness of tradies' mental health. And Invercargill artists have a new space to explore their creativity as the city welcomes the communal hub. And now we'll look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome the editor, Barry Stewart. Hello, Barry.
Hello, Hannah.
And what can we expect in the paper tomorrow?
Well, University of Otago is considering a brand change, which is, it happens from time to time. So we look at what they're up to there.
Okay, so does brand extend to name?
Not sure exactly what that entails, but there's suggestions that there's changes afoot, so we'll see what that delivers. We also have Cromwell, a winemaker, on his last bottle of carbon dioxide. Who knew? And he says Kiwi ingenuity will make sure the businesses get through the shortage affecting a range of industries. So it's not just beer, it's dairy and it's winemaking as well with the CO2. Jacinda Ardern's last day as Prime Minister. We have coverage of that and the various speeches and the nice things they said about everyone. So we have coverage of that, plus we also had a story we touched on yesterday about the trees being stolen in Invercargill. Well, the Mayor has come out and 40 trees in fact, so
wow.
It's a fair number, so the Mayor has said that is disgusting, which is a reasonable comment and reaction on that one.
All right, hey, we look forward to reading all of those stories in tomorrow's paper. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, northeasterly airflow will bring mild temperatures and mostly fine weather for the next few days. Heading to the top of the South Island, nor'easterlies and some cloud up here with 23 in both Nelson and Greymouth, while down in Christchurch expect a high of 22 degrees. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, light east to nor'east winds and clear skies around here tomorrow with 23 in Ashburton and Timaru, while Oamaru gets fresh winds and some cloud and 20 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, lovely and fine with light winds through here tomorrow, heading for a 25-degree day in Wanaka and Queenstown, while Alexandra gets up in the high 20s with 28 degrees. Heading further south, another fine day in these spots too with light winds. Expect 24 in Balclutha, 23 over in Gore, and the Catlins gets 19 degrees with a bit of cloud. And down to the deep south. A few mist patches tonight in Invercargill with a low of 8. The next 2 days are shaping up to be warm and sunny with clear skies and light northerlies. By numbers, expect a high of 24 tomorrow and 25 on Thursday. And finally, heading to Dunedin. Overcast with an overnight low of 11. Then cloudy skies with fresh nor'easterlies and a high of 19 tomorrow. Into Thursday, the winds should ease and the sun comes out from the clouds after lunch and it'll be another 19-degree high. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. And you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite ya pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.